Have you heard about Yarn Lane, a TV show dedicated to knitting, crochet and all things yarn, bringing you demonstrations from our expert guests as well as the latest tools. And find out what's coming up on the show by following us on Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to our email newsletter or visit the programme guide on our website at www.yarnlane.com.
Stuck for ideas for the perfect gift? Why not get them a gift card? You can buy Sewing Street and Yarn Lane gift cards loaded up with anything from £10 to £500. Shop our gift cards online at www.sewingstreet.com or www.yarnlane.com, or purchase them via our UK call centre on 0800 001 44 33.
Missed the live show? Don't worry, we recorded it for you. Never miss out on your favourite presenters, guests and makes ever again. Head on over to our YouTube pages to watch back the day's live show and enjoy your favourite demos over and over again. We also have lots of great content exclusive to our YouTube pages, such as product demonstrations, troubleshooting videos and so much more. Subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a show or video ever again. Have you heard about all of the different ways you can shop with Sewing Street and Yarn Lane? You can either shop on our websites, sewingstreet.com and yarnlane.com. You can also order by phone by calling our friendly UK customer service team. For Sewing Street, call 0800 001 4433, and for Yarn Lane, call 0800 4700 600. And don't forget about the Sewing Street app. Here you can shop all of the Sewing Street products as well as watch the live shows from anywhere. You can download the app onto your smartphone or your tablet by simply searching Sewing Street in your app store. And one final thing, no matter how many times you check out on Sewing Street or Yarn Lane in one day, you will only pay one postage and packaging. Happy shopping!
Follow Sewing Street and Yarn Lane on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date with what's coming up on the show, as well as being the first to know about our amazing offers. Get involved with our competitions that are exclusive to social media. And pick up some top tips from us too.
We know that shopping online can be a confusing and sometimes daunting task, and sometimes all you want to do is talk to a human being. Well, our family-run customer service team are on call 24/7. They're full of friendly, warm-hearted individuals, all trained to make your shopping experience as easy and as enjoyable as possible. And not only will they take your order, they will also help and guide you on your shopping journey, so you never miss out.
Are you a fan of Sewing Street and Yarn Lane? Why not join our growing Facebook fans pages? Just search Sewing Street Fans and Yarn Lane TV Fans on Facebook and click Join Group. It's that simple. Never miss out on the latest news and updates from our presenters and guest designers, special offers and plenty of chat with your fellow fans. Share photos of your makes, ask for advice, interact with your favourite guests and presenters, and be a part of the ever-growing sewing and yarn community. See you there!
Keep up to date with what's on Sewing Street and Yarn Lane, as well as all the latest news and special offers by signing up to our email newsletters. For Sewing Street, head on over to www.sewingstreet.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, type in your email address, click the envelope, and you're done. It's exactly the same for Yarn Lane. Head on over to www.yarnlane.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, type in your email address, click the envelope, and that's it. You are now subscribed to both Sewing Street's and Yarn Lane's email newsletters. so you'll never miss out on the latest news and special offers ever again.
In need of a crafting fix? There are so many ways you can watch Sewing Street and Yarn Lane. Sewing Street is live from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. every day on Freeview 72 and Sky 670. Alternatively, if you want to watch us on a tablet or on the move, you can tune in on our YouTube channel, the Sewing Street app, or the websites at www.sewingstreet.com and www.yarnlane.com. You can watch past shows on Sky 670 from 1 p.m. every day, as well as our YouTube channel, the app, and our website. Yarn Lane is on from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Visit our programme guide to find out when and what's on. So you never have to spend a minute without us.
And good morning and welcome to Yarn Lane. So I want to start off with, I don't know whether you remember that when we launched the Yarn Lane Mystery Christmas Crochet Along back in October. Anyway, it's been going on for 8 weeks. When everyone who bought the kit was allowed to join the secret Facebook group called the Yarn Lane Mystery Christmas Cow Facebook, and it's lovely. We've got lots of people in it, and we're not going to close it. I'm going to keep it going every week for 8 weeks. We then posted onto Facebook at 6 a.m. every Monday morning religiously the instructions for the next block. Anyway, this is week 8. This is finally at 6 o'clock this morning. The final instructions to do the border went on, which is really sad because we've got some lovely members in there. And what's great is Wendy goes in every week, Wendy Orlando, who designed it. She puts in videos of there's little clips of each section. People have posted and saying, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? It's been the most wonderful thing. And honestly, some of you in that group, you are absolute stars. You know who you are. You've run it for me. You've answered all the questions. You know, you've really, really helped. So I wanted to dedicate a little bit of time this morning. This is mine. I have finished mine. Now, everyone who's got the instructions knows you can either make a rectangular blanket, 8 rows of 6 squares, or I made mine into a square blanket. So I put an extra square in the middle. So there's mine. I will take a picture of it later, flat, and put it on the Facebook group so you can see. But can we just go over to the other set? Because Millie Mason, our wonderful crocheter who tested the whole thing, Wendy Orlando, I'm going to go move over and show you. Wendy Orlando, who designed it, she sent all of the blocks to Millie. Millie tested them all to make sure the patterns work. Thank you so much, Millie. You've been brilliant. And she has created hers, sent it to me. She's made hers into rectangular, but isn't it different? Honestly, I wish mine looked like this. She's much tighter than crochet than me. Hers is much more solid. So there's no mystery element anymore, but we have, look at the beautiful Christmas rose border. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Anyway, I've shown you that one. I'll move back. I'm going to have to keep, at least I've got mine. I've done it. I mean, I have been working really hard, but I have finished mine. And I think Wendy might have finished hers, and she's promised, she's on Yarn Lane on Wednesday. She's promised to bring it with her. However, if you want to, we do have a few of the kits left. Now, there are loads of people in the Facebook group who have only just started it and have decided they haven't got to finish by Christmas. Doesn't really matter. It's not a race. You need to go at your own pace. If you would like to join it, we are going to keep the Facebook group open. So we do have the full kit, and I've actually got one here. This is, Wendy's just emailed in. Oh, right. So Wendy's just messaged to say she's put all the videos on for the joining. So when you join the Facebook group, you get, it's a different group, it's completely private, you have to be a member, you have to have bought the kit, which is on screen at the moment, $39.99. You get all of this wool. There's 15 balls of Stylecraft double knit yarn, and it's gorgeous. In the box, you will get the first set of instructions. That will tell you how to join the Facebook group, and on there are all of the other instructions. If you're not on Facebook, it's fine. Just on there, I've also put my email address. If you email me when you get your full kit, because obviously we don't want people who haven't bought the kit to have the instructions, because that's not the point. I will send you all of the instructions. And I have got a little group of people who every week I email the instructions. And the video clips are brilliant. For a message from Collection Devon, Cal is a great project. I'm behind, but loving it. And seeing the final version, thank you all involved. Yeah, I mean, it's great. I have absolutely loved it, and it's lovely. And we've had people, because we've got Christmas trees on it. It's a traditional blanket. That was the point. We wanted it to be traditional motifs. I know. I mean, I remember talking to Kat when it was in my mind, and now it's a reality. And I said to everyone, let's decorate the trees, and everyone put in photos of their decorated trees. But there's little video clips on that Facebook group. So if you want to join, we still do have a few. Make it it doesn't have to be for Christmas. Make it for next Christmas. I mean, I'm so excited about mine. But I've done it. I've finished it. And for all of you who haven't, it doesn't matter. It's not a race. But thank you so much for joining it. Oh, message from Andrea. Can't believe week 8 is here already. I've just got 8 claret squares and some motifs to add, and hopefully spend the week putting it together. Yes. Well, what you need to do is lay it all out on the carpet and take a photo of it, and then you'll start moving them around. But I did make, just to show you, I'll turn it around, because I wanted a square one, I made an extra claret square for mine, and then I found a free pattern online for a snowflake, and put it in the middle of there, just to show you. But there are a few left. If you want to join, we are all going to stay on the Facebook group. You will get all the yarn you need. You will get the pattern. There are little video clips of everything, and they're so helpful. So we have had people who have joined this who are complete beginners, never picked up a crochet hook before, and they're now on week 7 square, where you make a poinsettia 3D. Look at it. So it's $39.99. That's it. You get everything you need, but you also get, you get to be part of the Facebook group, and you get all of the and you get all the videos as well. I mean, what a beautiful blanket. I'm just beside myself that I've actually finished it, actually. But I think, unfortunately, I prefer Millie's. She's a tighter crocheter than me. Shouldn't say that, should you, really? Because, I should be pleased about my own, but isn't hers beautiful? I will lay them out later and do a flat shot of them and put them on the Facebook group. So just so you can see, I arrange mine. Millie's done hers as a random thing. I've put mine in groups just because I'm rubbish at random. I'm only good at organised random. A message from Jacqueline. I have loved making this blanket. I am new to crochet, and this was a great way to build up my confidence and skills. Thank you so much. Oh, well, thank you. I have loved the fact that you lot have all learned crochet, and you've been so helpful. I've learned a lot about your lives, what's going on, all the difficulties behind them. It's brilliant. Another message from Nikki. Yes, got it. So pleased as I missed it before. Well, that's great, isn't it? Because unfortunately, we did sell out on the first show. So I'm really pleased. Anyone who wants to join it now, it doesn't matter. We will welcome you. It is the loveliest group, and we will help you as you go along. All you have to do is when you get the kit home, in the first set of instructions, which are the claret squares, it will give you the address to get into the Facebook group. All you do is go in there, ask to join with your order number, and I will let you in. If you have any issues at all, email me. My email address is in the kit. Not giving it out to everybody. It's in the kit, so you can ask me things, but it's all there. $39.99, 15 balls of yarn, 8 sets of instructions. Oh, message from Jan. She is my chief elf helper. Yes, she's absolutely brilliant. Loved every minute. I'm going to assemble and then add the motifs, and afterwards, never done 30. What does that count? I can't read the 3D crochet before, nor motifs. Well, Jan, you've been fantastic. You have helped us along the way. You've answered everyone's questions. You've been so kind and supportive of people. And, what a community we've got. And you've learnt loads as well, and you're brilliant at crochet. Liking your Tunisian at the moment. What does Wendy Orlando say? Let it go. What about my issue with my non-tight crochet? Yeah, let it go. Let it go. Bothers me. Yes, I prefer Millie's, but I will send you yours back, and thank you so much. It makes a big difference that we've had you. Do you think Millie will notice if I post mine? She'll never notice, don't tell her. Thank you, Millie. It's been brilliant. It's lovely to have had the test. I will post yours back to you so you can have yours back by Christmas. Anyway, that's the crochet along. I just wanted to celebrate the end of it, but on Wednesday, Wendy has promised to show you hers, and if hers is better than mine, then that's it. That's it. Not that we're competitive at all. But we're actually here today. Let me just put it in its bag while I disappear under here. To talk about pom-poms. And we've got a brand new guest in Yarn Lane. If you've been watching on Sewing Street, you will have seen Allison already. But good morning, Allison. Tell me about your love of yarn.
Well, what can you say?
Say, I know. What can I say? I love this.
I did that last night before I came out because on the Pom Pom maker, I didn't have any flower pots and things like that. So I thought, what have I got?
What did you put this in? I need to know.
It's a medicine jar.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Yeah.
And then is it on a...
It was ready to go into the recycling bin, and I thought, I can put some sand in that, and that'll support it.
So just like cough medicine or something?
It was tablets.
Right.
A tablet, yeah.
And what have you filled it with?
Sand.
And then stuck it on?
Yeah, and then glued it on. There is a dowel in there to hold
great.
it up
Look
a
at
bit.
that. Imagine you'd buy that from like not on the high street, wouldn't you, or Etsy or something as a table decoration.
Well, I thought it would show people the size that this big pom-pom maker comes
Right.
out.
So the big pom pom maker is $9.99. Now I've bought some of these actually. It's Christmas presents. They're brilliant for bobble hats, aren't
Yes, because this is one that this one came straight out, so that would be lovely for a hat, wouldn't it? Because it's not trimmed.
Well, it's
it
a
would just
lovely-
need tied in, but
Most of these pom pom makers you get 2 in each pack, but with the jumbo one you only get 1.
Yeah.
But it is big bobble
but
hat.
it is, isn't it? Yeah,
Perfect.
lovely. Obviously needs a trim, but then depending how much you trim them.
Oh,
They
okay.
can do
yes.
different-
So you can
different
make. I mean,
sizes,
because on
yeah.
the picture on there, they're like the little topiary trees.
Yeah.
But I've bought them specifically for Sam Sabida's bobble hats. Oh, that's what I bought them for because they're perfect for
it's
bobbles.
really lovely. I mean, when I think of the first bobbles I did with my nan with 2 round circles of
take
card
for
with a
ages?
hole in the middle, and then you had to roll your wool to get
Yes.
it through the hole in the middle. Yeah.
You used to get very excited about, I'm going to make pom-poms, and you'd cut your cardboard out, I'm going to make a really big one, and then you'd think that was a really stupid idea.
Yeah.
Thankfully, things have moved on. So that's the large pom-pom maker. I have to move everything else. We also have the small, we've got 2 others. This one is called small, but you get 2 in this one. So, this is the extra small is sold out. But this one, you get 2. One is, the bigger one is 45, we'll make a 45mm pom-pom, 1 5/8 inches. And the smaller one, the pink one, will make a 35mm pom-pom. They're just wonderful things to make. You can make them with all sorts of things. You can make them with carrier bags, that's quite nice. You can make them with net, that looks nice. Make them with T-shirts, all sorts. Alison's made hers into a wreath. Where's the wreath? Oh, there he is.
It's over there.
Look
Well,
at-
that was last year. I did that last year.
I love
So,
that one.
yeah.
What have you stuck that to then?
It's a wire frame, you know.
Oh, okay.
I didn't stick it. I just with when you tie off the pom pom.
Yeah.
The pieces of yarn that are left over, I've just tied them to the metal wreath.
Okay.
It's just a two bar wreath.
That's fab, isn't it?
I think you can
And,
see in there, look. So they're just tied on.
Oh, I see. Right. So, shall we start off with actually how you use these things?
Yes.
So, if you've never used and there are different pom-pom makers out there. One I bought these for Yarn Lane. These are my favourites. These are brilliant quality and they work. There are others I'm sure that work, but I know these and that's why
these are lovely.
they're just, the clover ones are brilliant, so that's why we have them.
And I will say that it is candlelight friendly. Because we lost flour for 3 days, so I sat and pom-pommed.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, there you go then. Very useful to know.
Yeah.
Candlelight friendly.
So there'll be pom-pom garlands in our house this Christmas.
Oh, I love them.
But these are 2 different, the same size, but trimmed differently.
But trimmed.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite good having that big one then, isn't it? So you can
Yeah,
put it on
I
your
mean,
hat
this-
and then go,
that's
how
that one.
tight do you want it?
Yeah, that one. And then a little trim, my Brussels sprout.
That is definitely a sprout with a hat.
Yes. And then this will go on my tree. A little-
Okay.
Yeah, but yes, I mean, it looks a bit of a contraption, doesn't it? But I mean, it's really, really simple to use. You've got the spindle in the centre that holds everything together. And then you've got your 2 pieces here that you actually wrap your wool around. So looking at it like that, let's just get some of this out. And it's really quick as well. Not so much with this one because you have to do quite a lot of...
Well, more winding, but it's
More
nothing
winding,
like
yes.
the... that gives you a 4.5 inch diameter
Yeah.
pom-pom, the big one.
So all you're going to do is you're just going to wrap your wool around a little rainbow shape, isn't it? And depending how thick you want your pom-pom, I mean, I fill mine up completely because I like to have it nice and tight. But you just keep going. It's an ordinary double knit wool, this one. But you can see it works quite quickly. So you fill up the first side.
Okay.
And then you close it up.
So you just sort of wind evenly
Yeah.
round?
Yeah, I go backwards and forwards. It tells you not to wind too much so that it's awkward to get it back into the winder. So that's one side. Now with the Christmas pudding, obviously I did one side white. Have I got a... Not there. I did one side white and one side brown.
I was wondering how you did that.
Yeah. So that was how that one came
Okay.
about.
Yeah, I guess you can, can't you?
Around again.
I mean, on this big one, it says that it's got markings on it.
Yeah, I'll show you
We'll
because
talk-
you've
okay.
got that, and I'll show you that what
How
the
that
markings
works,
are for.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I have not, yeah, I have to say, I love making a pom-pom, but I haven't ventured into the multicoloured.
No, well, I was absolutely amazed that I did that.
Wow.
That book is lovely. I mean, I haven't ventured into the animals and things like that.
But you ventured into the, which I
But-
haven't done.
Yeah.
Actually, the most adventurous I've been is I've held 2 strands of different coloured yarn together whilst winding.
Oh, yes.
And then that gives you like a multicoloured.
Yeah,
one, a
the
spotty one.
variegated
Yeah.
yarn looks lovely in a pom-pom as well.
Yeah, and the good thing is you can put any yarn, doesn't matter, does it?
No. Use up all your bits and pieces that you've got. So there we go. So that one folds in again. I'll just trim off the end. Get that out. So then you need a pair of scissors that have got a fine end there. I mean, these Fiskars I use for everything. I love them. I go on and on and on about them because they're sprung
Oh, okay.
and they're so easy to use.
That's easier than scissors, isn't it?
It is,
Yeah.
yeah. Because you don't actually
we
have
got
to
those,
physically open them. You know, scissors you have to pull open, don't you? But because these are sprung,
Yeah, no, that's true actually. Do we have those, Kat? It's because Alison always sells them.
sorry. Well,
No, I
if
said for
you've got trouble
pom-poms.
with your thumb
Yeah,
like
for
I
pom-poms,
have,
they're brilliant,
yeah.
aren't
And then you just take a piece.
So we're probably on about 5 minutes now, aren't we?
Yeah,
We've got that far.
It is so quick. And then you pull that through the centre where
Brilliant
you've got
with the kids, grandchildren.
Children will love it. I mean, I used to love doing them with my nan with
Oh,
those
I
pieces
know.
of cardboard.
Yeah, I know. And even though it was really
And
tedious
it took
doing
ages.
it.
Yeah, it took ages because I think probably I was the one who sat and did the wool so that it go through the little hole in the middle.
Oh, you have to rewind all the balls
Yeah.
smaller and smaller. Oh, I know,
Yeah.
awful.
So I've got double knot in there. And then you just open it out so that bit comes out. And then you're going to open the other side like that and pull it apart. And it comes off that spindle and you're ready to go again. So that's your piece and there's your pom-pom.
That's amazing.
So obviously
Beautiful.
that is this size.
Yes.
I put more in those ones. But then if you want to trim them down so that they're more dense,
Yeah, so you can either use the smaller size or
yeah,
the more you
smaller
trim them, the
size-
denser they get.
The smaller size, that little pink one, I
Yes.
used for these and trimmed them
Oh.
down.
Oh, okay.
So they were there. But if you're going to trim them down, you just want to tidy up the edges. Now I take a bit off the top and a bit off the bottom and then meet at the, like that, and then all the way round. But the closer you go to the centre, obviously the tighter the pom-pom is.
Yeah, so you get the much more dense look.
That's why this one
Is
is nice and floppy, because there's nothing off that one. It needs that off though, doesn't it?
I mean, they're all, yeah, you'll need to cut the ends off, but it makes a
Yeah.
difference, doesn't it? Whereas this one is quite dense,
Yes,
though, isn't
that's
it?
the same size, but I trimmed
Yeah.
that down.
Lovely colour.
I would say if you're doing a lot of them, if you're trimming a lot down, I would wear a mask, because you're getting a lot of really fine fibres. But I mean, just doing a few, like doing a string or something like that, yeah.
Well, particularly if you're using acrylic.
Yes, it's not as if we're short of them, is it, at the minute?
No, but I guess because if you're using acrylic yarn, acrylic is a plastic.
Yeah.
If you want to make a lot of pom-poms, we do have a yarn bundle for you. Here. In the bundle, you get 100 grams of like the dark red, really beautiful dark red double knit. You get 100 grams of the cotton. Then you get 100, is that one 100? Yeah, 100 grams of the brown cotton. So these are the sort of the neutral colours if you were going to make like puddings or trees. You get 25 of brown and 25 of emerald green. $8.99. I mean, that's brilliant. If you're going to do some Christmas makes for pom-poms, it doesn't have to be Christmas, anything. That is your kind of festive pack. Really good price, so that you are getting 350 grams in total for $8.99. Festive wool bundle. Really good start. And the sparkling one as well. Is this? Yeah, I love the Mariner. The Mariner Sparkle DK. So this is your normal DK weight, and it's a red, but throughout it, you've got this metallic yarn. It's really, really pretty. That would make lovely pom-poms, wouldn't it? Yeah, you don't see the sparkle as much, but it is. It's got beautiful. Can you see it twinkling then? So that's £2.50 per ball. Now, obviously, you'll make loads of pom-poms of that. If you've got other sort of Christmas festive makes or something you want to make, then you can buy the ball, and buy as many as you want of them, because it is beautiful and it knits up. The Mariner yarn knits up really, really well. Okay, so we've now trimmed.
So that is now
fully
a little bit bigger than that, but you have to stop yourself at some point.
That is where I struggle.
Because, yeah, I mean, I could still take that little bit off.
Yeah, just take that little bit off.
Yeah, it depends how OCD you want to be about your pom-poms. But obviously this can then be used for stuffing and stuff like that if you want to hang on to all of that. But, yeah,
so it's interesting. You either use a smaller pom-pom maker, or it depends on whether you want that open or that dense look.
This book here, you've got that one.
I have.
You?
Yes.
This is the one I've done this little heart from, and I've never done anything like this before, and I was so thrilled when I got it finished.
That's
little
fab.
heart.
So how do you do that then?
Let's go to the page. I marked the page. That's where the markings come in. On all of the pom-poms in this book will end up about this size.
Right, okay.
Because you make your pom-pom, but you've got, can I move that over there? Your instructions here. This is how many rows of wool you're going to do. So on this one, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you fill up each row.
Okay.
But when you get here, that's when you change your colour. So, here
sort of
in
wind
row
to that
1,
point and then wind back again.
in row 1, the number of wraps is 18.
Okay.
So in number 1 there, so you'll divide that into 18. So you'll go there and then come back to there, and then in number 2, there'll be 40 wraps, and that goes up to there. So, and then in number 3, there's 47. So that's how many you put, and you put them both sides if you want it both sides. I only did one. I only did one side, but you can repeat it on the other if you want. And then when it opens up, they don't actually have a photo. No, because when on this one here, that kind of looks like a heart. Mine looked nothing like a heart. But it's how you manipulate the fibre when the yarn, once it's all trimmed.
Oh, okay. And then
so
you move
trim it up, and move them around, and then you have a pair of tweezers, and you just put, move them. You pull this bit of white down, and then that bit of pink.
Since all the yarn ends are soft adjustable, use a pair of tweezers to arrange the colours neatly.
Yeah. So I was thrilled with that, and then a little further along, there's a pair of lips as well. And I
This is
thought,
a fab
oh, how
book.
lovely would that be for like Valentine's, to have a garland with hearts and lips all the way.
Oh, gorgeous! And look at the donut one.
Oh, there it is. There's the lips. Look, it's fantastic, I think.
Yeah, where's it?
On page 53.
Oh, 51 Lila. Oh, wow, look at that. You could just send
Yeah.
that in the post to someone, couldn't you?
Yeah, I think that's
So
lovely.
how did you do that Christmas pudding one then?
Oh, that was just brown on one side, white on the other, and then you just manipulate them once you've trimmed
'cause it
them
looks,
back.
I thought, have you cut into that?
No, well, I didn't realise until I'd read this book that I would have thought it was how you actually wound the wool, but it's not. You just
You
move
moved it around?
Yeah. So I shall do several of those
Oh,
for
I
the Christmas
love
tree.
that. That is beautiful, isn't it?
It's going
Yeah.
back to your childhood, isn't it? Really?
Oh, absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, we go back
yeah,
to the...
I love it.
Where there
I
was
mean,
nothing on telly, so we
That's
had to
it,
make
yeah.
pom-poms.
I mean, I did make that last year, but
And again, you used which size, like the yellow one for that one?
yes, the yellow one, yeah.
Right, so
Yeah.
that's that.
But they're not
that
trimmed
kit.
back. They're not trimmed back.
No, they're just fluffy
Yeah,
ones.
because I didn't think about trimming them back really, because I wanted them to all blend together. I didn't want them to look...
I sort of neat them, but I haven't done the super trimming.
Yeah, yeah. But if you don't trim them, they kind of all join in together. Whereas if you get them to this stage, it would look like loads of balls all put together.
And then what about the berries on the top of the pom-pom? How did you do that?
Oh, that was just with the tiny little one, trimming them really, really small.
And what
Because that
about
one,
sewing
that
it-
one comes out...
What about sewing it all together then? Do you have to be careful about the fibres
Oh,
coming
they're
out
glued.
at all? Oh, you just
They're
glued them?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
with the Gutermann glue that they
Oh, I
have
know,
for
the textile glue.
handbags. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, because it's got that in the centre, it holds everything together nicely until you actually remove
Yes.
it from the pom-pom.
So do the little, because I noticed that the big one has markings on it.
Yeah, that's where, in the book, if you look in the book with the instructions, these have got markings as well.
Right, we only
So-
have 4 of the big jumbo pom-pom makers left. So if you want one, I mean,
it's
this is a
this one
brilliant
they
stocking
use.
present, actually.
Let me open
Anyone
this one out.
who would not want one of these in their stocking. But if you want to do some craft, either yourself or do it with children or grandchildren, it's a great thing to use. And I guess the larger it is, well, I suppose it takes longer to wind, but it's a bit easier, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. But yeah, if you have a look on here, I don't know whether the camera will pick that up. There are ridges here that show you where to do your
Oh, yeah.
colour change. And this one has actually got 5 ridges there, so you would go to that, there's 3 on there, so you would go to that
okay.
second one there and that one there. So the centre of the lips here, you would go from there, so halfway along this one to there, and then the red would go over the top of that, and then the rest of the white would go all around that.
I mean, then with this big one, it's actually got measurements marked on it as
Yeah,
well. But
this book is all designed to use the yellow one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, so the whole book,
So the
I
whole
didn't
book
realise that.
they come out about that size, about 1.5 inches, I think she says,
Oh,
trim it
okay.
back to. But I mean, I don't see there's any reason why once you get the
No,
technique,
no, that's true.
you could work out yourself where to try, where to change it, change your colours.
I love the, look, there's a tiger.
Oh no, look at the animals.
Look at the tiger. Well, the tiger and and the hot dog.
They're fabulous, aren't they?
The hot dog pom-pom. Is that really super trimmed? How does the hot dog work, do you
That's
think?
several put together.
Right. I was
That's
thinking,
several
love
joined
the
with
tiger.
wire. I think they join them.
Rabbit.
But look at look on the birthday cake.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Oh,
So yeah, I mean they've joined several together
Right,
there.
okay.
So that'll be 4 on the bottom, and then the others on the top. That's obviously half of this. This one here is obviously half yellow and half green. But they also put in like the sprinkles. You just put in one random piece of yarn in the colour, and it looks like sprinkles.
yeah.
So
So do you just
clever.
wind it round once then?
Yeah.
Oh no, it does say it's got all of the different. Yeah, it shows you. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a very comprehensive book, isn't it?
It is.
This
yeah.
is like taken me on to the next level. There's me, I've wound 2 different colours together. So you've got how to make the bow motif, how to make a shape motif, how to join pom-poms together, obviously, very important. Motif ones, like you did. So they've got like a star and a flower, and then the butterfly. I like the way, like you say, with some of them, when they're finished, like look at the lips, doesn't look anything like lips, it looks really messy, doesn't it? But that's what happens when you trim it. Yeah, when
you trim it. Because it goes quite dense.
Yes.
As you go towards the centre, it goes quite dense. And then you get a pair of tweezers and manipulate it. Have we got I didn't. Oh, I might have them in my basket. Hang on.
Obviously, you must have tweezers.
Yeah.
Look at we've got emojis. That's gorgeous, isn't it?
So I could still manipulate this one a little bit further and get it more of a point. So you're actually pulling the colour out into the white.
The colours-ish in the right place.
Yeah.
Then
I just think it's lovely.
Honestly, I've often looked at these and think, that looks really hard. But actually, because you're following something, look at the animals. I love them. Because you're following things. I mean, look at this. Like, you've got this, all of that, and then you've got like a tiny bit of other colours.
Oh, the rabbit. Yeah. Yeah, for the nose and the mouth.
I think that's really clever.
I would have had a good go at the animals, but I didn't have anything to do the eyes, and I thought they'd have looked a bit creepy without the eyes. Because they've actually put in, they've glued on
Oh, right,
eyes.
yes, they've glued in artificial, plastic eyes, artificial eyes. Plastic eyes.
They beads, I should think, are they, or are they actual eyes?
Plastic eyes.
Yeah.
Safety eyes, not artificial eyes. Yeah, I think that does help. Look at the pig. This is a lovely thing for you to have a go yourself, but a really nice craft to do with other people.
But they've got all the emojis as well. That'd be a lovely garland, wouldn't it?
It would. I love those. Yeah, if you think of these as garlands, once you've worked out how to make one, you can keep doing it.
Yeah.
We have got some felt bundles as well. So if you want to get the felt to go with them, I have got 2 here. Oh, we have autumn and we have Christmas. So this one is autumn. So this has got 20, and they're all sort of greens, browns, golds, and oranges and reds. Oh yeah, now if you want summer colourway, we did a really good deal on Sewing Street today. We did £19.49. We did two rolls for that. So if you want the autumn, you get 20 sheets of felt. So these are brilliant, and particularly for the animals, because you've got all the different colours that you'd need for that. And Christmas, 10 sheets. You've got the icy Christmases, the brown foresty Christmases, the green Christmases, and the red Christmases. £9.49. And we've also got a little bit of a sparkly felt for you.
Oh, that would have made the nice crown for Russell.
That would have been very nice. So if you make a Brussels sprout from a green one, this would have made a lovely crown for it. Just 99p. Red glitter snowflake felt. I love that. That's nice. Anyway, thank you, Alison. Thank you for showing us all your pom-poms. I absolutely love them. They're wonderful.
This smiley emoji actually shows you how it doesn't look very much like the end result when it comes out of the pom-pom maker.
Is that the first one?
Yes, I think it is.
Oh, it looks right. See, I'd get mine out and be really disappointed.
Yeah, so it isn't until you actually trim it that you can manipulate and it looks good. And it shows you it's not difficult to get the pieces in. If you see the 1, 2 and 3 there.
But it is nice that they put that picture in, because you'd be really disappointed, wouldn't you, otherwise?
Yeah. Well, I took this one out and I thought, that's nothing like a heart.
Like a heart. But now you're moving up to hot dogs.
Yes.
They've even got earrings. Look. Anyway, look, I'll go through these. Thank you, Alison, today. I know you need to get off. It's very kind of you to come and... yes, and can you remember to give Emma your microphone?
Yes.
Not that Alison has ever taken her microphone home with her.
No.
It was lovely to welcome you to Yarn Lane for the first time,
yes,
and not the last. It'd be lovely to have you back. Do you do knitting and crochet as well?
I do.
Good.
But I posted a photo of the jumper because we used to go away on our boat for the summer. We don't do it anymore. And I always used to do a knitting project then.
Yes.
And both Mike and I could have got in the jumper that I knit the first
Fantastic.
time round.
Well, that's handy, isn't it? Yeah. Extra warm.
Yeah, but yes, I do a little.
Oh, good. Oh, well, it's lovely. Thank you for explaining that, because it's the sort of thing I think you often look at these books and think, oh, there's no way I can do that. But that's been great. Yes.
But you can.
Don't forget to take all your bits with you.
Yes.
And we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Lovely. Should we just carry on looking through the book? Where did we go? And we do have another book to look through as well. So there's all of these emojis. We went through the emojis. Penguin, chicken, love the panda. And we got to the pig, didn't we? I don't know where we got to. The cat, monkey. Look at the tiger, they're so cute. I do think, wouldn't they be lovely to string and hang as like bunting somewhere? Or you just give one to somebody, just put them in little places. Love the owl. You do need the little bits of felt. That makes quite a difference. The having the little eyes and the little bits of felt as well is really nice, isn't it? Then we have a hedgehog. Look. So obviously with this one, you know, they really have put separate stripes in all of these. But if you go through I didn't show you, did I? The section at the beginning that really explains it in detail. So I'm showing you the projects that looks really hard, but it shows you what sort of things you'll need and how it works. And this is like how to read the diagram. So it explains how all the different rings work. So Alison was saying to you, it does show you all of this part, because it looks a little bit complicated when you see a thing. Like number 4 requires just 1 round of white yarn, and it explains it in detail. So once you've worked out how to do them, and start off by maybe making the basic motif, then once you've got onto there, you can then move on to looking at the hedgehog and thinking, well, actually I can do that now. And the lion. Fruit pom-poms, obviously. It's almost like I would want to make these, have a little wooden bowl and then fill it with these. But children would absolutely love it at any age, absolutely love these, because they're quite instant. And particularly because they've got, you know, such fine fingers to show them how you can cut it and arrange it. You imagine making a little bowl of apples. Avocado, obviously. But you could build them up with it. You know, they could start off with something quite simple. I mean, look at the orange. That's very clever, isn't it? That really does take this up a notch from the old days of cardboard, doesn't it? I mean, I've never seen anything like these. So all the fruit. Oh, look at the watermelon. This is where you get onto the shaped pom-poms, but it does explain at the beginning of the book how to do it. And then we go on to food. I'm not absolutely sure what an onigiri. What is an onigiri? Don't know what that is. It's a food. I know what a bread roll is, so we're all right. Hamburger. Oh, it's a rice bowl. Oh, we're obviously, some of this is sushi then, because we've got French bread as well. Croissant. We always need that. Oh, that's the hot dog. So this is where it's all, I guess, once you join them together, then they melt. I mean, it is a beautiful book, isn't it? Oh, and then that was the ice cream cupcake. I think it's gorgeous, isn't it? $14.99. There's a lot in this. Lovely Christmas present for somebody. If you think, oh, look, earrings. Oh, because all you need to do is buy them the book. You do need these pom-pom makers to use with it. That is a wonderful present for somebody. Or, you know, you've got family staying over Christmas, or you're going to family, you want to take something to do. This would be a good thing. Going, right, guys, let's sit down. We're going to have a go at this. Keychain. And this is quite nice because these... the ideas, the ring, the pendant, the keychain thing, you can use that with any of the projects in the book. That's lovely. It feels very achievable as well, doesn't it? It doesn't feel like, oh, I can't do that. We've got another book here, Pom Pom Crafts. So this is not your tiny, tiny ones. This is a bit more chunky. So let's start at the beginning. There we go. So, and this gives you some ideas of what to do. So, obviously it's not as detailed as the other one. You haven't got all the different things. But, you know, just with this one, make 2 pom-poms and trim down until they are smooth. And then you make them into a little cherry thing. So the yarn pack that we've sold you, that we had before, the festive pack, would be really good because it's nice to have sort of some oddments of yarn around that you can use for these. It'd be ideal for the cherries. There's the chick. Because often... You know, you teach someone who you make pom-poms, you think, I've no idea what to do with that. But it really is a proper craft in itself. The bunny. Oh, look. And it's a little pink tail. So this one the other book is more about, you know, what you can do with pom-poms. You only need the one pom-pom maker. This is more about crafts and things. There's the garland. I mean, that's gorgeous, isn't it? I think that's the best thing. If you had to make a lot of bunting for something, or you really wanted to decorate, you know, because the pom-poms are quite easy to make. If you chose a colourway, maybe that matched the theme of a bedroom, you could use all of those colours to do it. I mean, you could even use it if you were having a party in the summer outside. You could hang them all up then, couldn't you? I mean, you know, acrylic yarn's allowed to get wet. I know they might look a bit bedraggled, but you could start now to make them. They look really pretty hung up. Little mouse. But this is, I mean, if you've got both of the books, because this one is only £5.99. If you had both of them, that really is like brilliant. I'm all into buying presents for people where you've got it all. So you've got the book, you've got the yarn, you've got the pom-pom maker, and then you can start going. It's encouraging other people. Well, that's all of us crafters, don't we? We want other people to love our crafts too. And it's a bit worrying, isn't it, when people stop crafting and they don't do as much as they used to. Because all you have to do is just set that little germ. Everyone has a craft in them. And even if they say they haven't, they just haven't found the right one yet. Everyone has some craft in them. And I think quite often you expect maybe you've got one craft and your children will have the same one. And it's not always the case, or you don't follow the one that your mother had. But everyone has some craft, and it's just starting that little germ of an idea that they then go, actually I quite like that. Look at that. Who would not want to make a big fluffy spider? And a sheep. So what have they used for that? I presume they've used chenille stick. That's obviously the posh word. Pipe cleaners. Chenille sticks. Look at the little lamb. So they've just used pipe cleaners and wrapped them in yarn. Oh, he's gorgeous, isn't he? Does it say stick? He's really lovely. It looks like actually that they have. Oh yeah, no, the scarf is knitted because it says using green yarn, cast on 5 stitches, garter stitch for 12 inches. So he's even got a knitted scarf. Oh, that's gorgeous, isn't it? So they've used mohair. So you know what it's like when you've knitted or crocheted a project, you've always got a bit left. There's usually a bit at the end of the ball, and you keep them all, labels falling off, no idea what to make. These are brilliant to make with your oddments of yarn because you don't actually need a lot. Little dog. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? So that's actually something you can do with it. I presume they're all, they were just all glued. You cut a felt circle, and then these pom-poms are just all glued on top to make a mat. Oh, look. I like the heart. There's the wreath. Now, you see lots of wreaths. Oh, Alison's left hers here. Love the wreath, aren't they? Now, what have they used for that? Felt for backing. Oh, okay. I thought maybe it had like a styrofoam. Is it called styrofoam? Yeah, the foam things, but it isn't. It's got plastic canvas and felt. That's gorgeous. I was in the market the other day and I saw a whole stall selling these wreaths. So it is just plastic canvas, and then you thread the pom-poms through that. What? This is £5.99, this book. That's very... Kat's just realised the book's £5.99. Look at the doll. That's gorgeous. Oh, and it's all threaded together with elastic so that it will pull. That's brilliant. Look, Planets Mobile. Guess depending on which... And remember, you don't all have to have loads and loads of different sizes of pom-pom makers because you can trim them as well. I mean, you think, well, this, you think of these wreaths, because I was in the market and they were about, they were about £14.99, these wreaths. Look, you can make your own. I mean, you can use, you could just use a wire form. With this, they've used a circle of plastic canvas, push the end of the yarn through it and tied it, but you could use it, but for this book, £5.99. £5.99? It's fab, isn't it? And then at the back, you've got all the techniques, which is lovely. It shows you how to wind it, talking about exactly what Alison was showing you and talking about the trimmings, even a few bit of knitting techniques. And it shows you how to make those tiny, tiny pom-poms that you just make with a fork. And finger pom-poms. Now, we only have 10 of these books left. So they would make a nice pair if you wanted the both of them, because they're very different. One is very crafts, not just children's crafts either, adult ones as well, but they make a lovely pair together. Talking of Christmas presents, let's talk about needle felting, because everyone loves having a kit for Christmas, and I said we all have a craft in us. These kits, which one should we show first? The Nordic Gnomes. Look at the Nordic Gnomes. Shall I lie them down? So the Crafty Kit Company, we've used lots of times. We've seen them on Sewing Street. We've had them on Yarn Lane. Really well known, well established. The kits are fantastic because they really do have everything in them that you need to make these. They've thought of everything. It looks like, you know how sometimes you buy a kit and you give it to someone and it's got half of the stuff isn't in there. They expect you to have it and you haven't got it. All the instructions aren't very good. This really does have it. It's got the piece of foam that you use. Actually, I've got a bit of it here. This is what it looks like. But it has a piece of this special foam that you use for poking in it. It's got the needles. It's got all of the wool, the felting wool that you need. And it is brilliant. We've had lots and lots of reviews of them, lots of people who've made them, and they always come up well. Everyone understands them. It makes sense. We had one of the designers of them on air when we very first launched Yarn Lane, actually. It wasn't Joe, it was, I think, Steph, who showed us how to make them. They're really very achievable. So if you're thinking about, well, you want to have a go at needle felting, but particularly for gifts, really good start for seeing what craft is in somebody. But needle felting is a lovely thing, and I love the gnomes. They are so cute. And look, beginners, easy peasy, which is really important, isn't it? But it's a nice craft as well for you to do with somebody else. But if you'd like to have a go at needle felting, you haven't done it before, look at how sweet they are. Little gnomes, bring them out every year. And everybody likes to be able to create a craft, do a craft that they think, right, okay, I've got that, I can do that. And it needs to be small and it does need to be achievable. So we've got the Nordic Gnomes, that's one of them. We have the Rainbow of Hope. I love this one. It's been really popular because in lockdown, rainbows became so popular, didn't they? I made it a quilted one and hung it in my window. Loads of people had them. And I remember these were very popular then. It comes with the embroidery hoop and the felt to put on the back. And then you've got all the pieces. So everything you need to make is in here, where you've got all the different felts to make the rainbow and all the little grey felt to make the clouds. And what's lovely is it's a finished picture as well, because the embroidery hoop is there for you to hang up. So nice thing to make to give somebody. Maybe you know somebody who's been really helpful, helped you out, that you want to give your own rainbow to, or a lovely kit to buy somebody as well. So that's the rainbow one. Then we have the Festive Snowman. He's lovely, isn't he? Isn't he gorgeous? But everything you need is in there. So you could have a go, make your own snowman, part of your Christmas decorations. Again, a good gift, but nice to give, not even if you don't want to give them a kit, to make and give to somebody, because, well, Alison and I were talking about it earlier, having something handmade is very special, even for people who craft. I love it, rarely happens, but I love it if somebody gives me something handmade. Doesn't often happen. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Kat's going to make me something now for Christmas, because people often don't. But when they do, I really appreciate it. Look. There's the beehive. I really like this one. Actually, this is my favourite one. Because, I mean, again, it's beginners, easy peasy, but it's really lovely. Well, if you've been with me all morning, you'll see the beautiful bee fabric we had on Sewing Street earlier. I don't know what it is, but bees are just appealing. And in the kit, there are the wings as well. I'm not going to open it because it's all nicely sealed. But they're almost like a baking parchment, that sort of paper. It's probably not that, but it looks that kind of thing. And the wings with the veins are printed on them, and they are all in there. So you really have, yes, because it says including the delicate paper wings. So you've got the tool, you've got the foam piece, you've got all the felt, and you've got the little wings as well. People collect bees as well, don't they? I love that one. It's just put it on a little shelf. Love that. I don't know what it is about bees, but maybe because they're just round and fluffy. I crocheted Cat a bee once. Still got it. That's the beehive. And then finally, we have the beginners felting bundles. So if you want to have a go at, you maybe want to have a go at doing your own needle felting, you understand how it works. In here, you've got the piece of foam, you've got 80 grams of felting wool, and they're all in those quite natural colours. So quite a lot of needle felting is done, is animals. I don't know why, it just often is. So you've got the pig, maybe I think because it's pure wool, it's that kind of nature thing. So you've got pig pink, sheep cream, fox brown, hedgehog brown, sheep leg brown, black, field green, and sheep grey. But you've got all of the colours in, but you've also got the wooden handled felting tool as well. But it is like a bumper pack, so it's only $19.99, but we've got everything in there, and it tells you everything you need to know about exactly how it works. And so maybe you've bought one of the other kits, you think, I like that, I want to have a go. Where do I buy this? Because it's important that you buy, oh look, this one's coming out of the packaging. It's important that you buy exactly the right yarn. You can't just use anything, it has to be this roving yarn to be able to, roving wool to be able to, for it to be able to felt. So to get the whole beginner's pack, that is brilliant, isn't it? Now, if you like needle felting and you want some tools, we do have the tools and the materials as well. So we have got the foam felting block. So, but you know, if you're doing something like, if you've seen the needle felting kits that Delphine does that are beautiful, you'll need the foam felting block, because if you got your free pattern today, everyone who shops today on Sewing Street or Yarn Lane will get a free pattern, a free Sewing Street pattern. You don't know what it's going to be. However, when you check out, it does tell you what the pattern is, and some of them have been needle felting. So if you've got one of those are free, when you'll need the foam felting block. We've also got the felting tools as well, the felting needles. So you've got the, that's the big one, has 7 needles. So basically, you put your background down. So you put your wool onto the background, and then you stab it with this. That holds it all in place. But don't do it on your lap, really, because you don't really want to be stabbing through. But that's the point of this. This pushes it into the block. Then we have the needle felting tool, 3 needles, and then that's the really fine one. So these, oh, we need to do the 3 one first. So there's the 3 needles. So you use different, this is for putting your background down. This is for doing medium fine features. And then the normal felting tool is for the really fine features. So if you fancy taking up a new craft or encouraging someone else, new year, new craft, this is the time to do it. Anyone who shops on Sewing Street or Yarn Lane today will be sent a free pattern when you check out. So let me know if you make the pom-poms. Love to see some pictures. Thank you for joining me on Yarn Lane today. Wednesday, it's Wendy Orlando will be on Yarn Lane. And let's hope she remembers to bring her blanket so she can show it. And if it's better than mine, I don't want to know. I'm still upset about mine. But anyway, please don't forget to check out your baskets. If you want to get involved in the Christmas crochet along, we will love to have you. I know that it's getting close to Christmas, but don't worry. I think probably most people in the group are never going to finish those for Christmas, but it doesn't matter. So I hope you do. If you join, you ask to join the fan page, I will let you join our little secret group. Thanks for joining me on Yarn Lane, and I will see you back on air next Monday.